Lee Hogan here, VIP Boxing down at Ant Crolla's gym in, where is it?
Oldham.
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 Sounds weird in a Geordie accent, mate. But Calum, I see you down here a lot. You've been here a while now, haven't you?
I came down in, I think it was July. I came down. Done a lot of my training down at GB. So after my surgery, I didn't have a gym or a coach. So I rang Rob McCracken up and he put his hand out to help us. Went down to GB.
Yeah.
Got myself back fit and ready, back sparring. And then thought to myself, I need to get myself a pro trainer. So I rang Ant up. And got myself down here. And
I presume there's a connection here. There's loads of Geordies moved down here because Kieran's down here, isn't he, with you? And I've seen Dan Towers down here. There's been quite a few come down here. And quality gym as well, isn't it?
High class, belter facilities, belter obviously Amph's experience as well. You kind of get better really. He's been there, done it, wore the t-shirt at the highest level. But I was down at GB and Kieran and Damar, a few of the lads had been down and done a bit with Amph and said, oh, Amph's a good trainer, like, so it just rang some alarm bells in my head. I just thought I'll give him.
So what have you done? Have you moved down here? Do you stay down here? And have you got a little place down here or something?
I had an apartment in the city centre just behind Harvey Nicks for the past couple of months, but the lease has just ended on it. So for these last couple of weeks in camp, I've moved in with Owen Lavin down in Salford Quays. So still quite close. So it's good because obviously I was in that apartment by myself. So having someone from the gym with us living
makes it a bit easier, doesn't it? But the reason why I'm chatting to you because 2 weeks on Saturday, you return to the ring, and I think, how long is it? It's over 2. I think it was 2 years next month since your last fought.
It's been a while, like, so looking forward to getting back into it. And
but before we go on about all, because you won absolutely everything that you could possibly win as an amateur. I was just looking back on you go on Box Rec and you're on the amateur section, and it's half of them are not even mentioned there, but very rarely do you get a British fighter with much more than 10 or 12 fights, no matter how successful they are on there. They're not all mentioned. I think you've got 38 wins and 9 losses on there. That means you've been competing at the highest level for, what, when did you turn over? 21, was it?
2021, so a lot of my fights on there either, to be honest.
No,
like, so I had about 130 or something in the amateurs. I lost about 15 altogether. So just like the higher, like the ones for GB and that are on there. So I think I lost now. I won my first 17 for GB. Yeah. I went on like a bit of a winning streak when I first got on GB. I was went 35 unbeaten altogether, and then it was my first 17 on GB. Well,
in 2015, was that the year you won your first senior national title? I presume you won a lot of juniors and schoolboys and all that, but I was looking on there and they're mentioned on it, and there's a kid that we used to have for a while, Marcel Braithwaite, you beat in the semi-finals, and then I looked, and the kid that you beat in the final, Peter McGrail. He was a phenomenal amateur as well, wasn't he? A fantastic pro as well.
Class. I ended up being good friends with Peter on the GB squad, so I wasn't on GB at the time.
Right.
And that win got us trials down there in Sheffield, and then I managed to get myself onto the GB team from that win, and then end up being good friends with Peter and shared a room with him and that all over the world, Australia, Uzbekistan, Kazakhstan, shared rooms with him. So. It was good sparring partner as well for us when we're on the team together.
And you're both fantastic boxers as well. And I was saying though, looking at you, you've got a gym mate who's fighting on our show this weekend, Bobby Fortner, and you're not the build that I'd expect the way you box, because you're light on your feet, mate. You know, you're quite stylish, but you're built like a fighter.
It's probably a lot to do with so since I've been 19 when I got into GB.
Yeah.
So for the past 10, 11 years I've been doing strength training. So as soon as we got onto GB, the made it like a priority that you've got to do strength training as well as your boxing training. So we've done a lot of, like, for the past 10 years we've been strength training. So it's I think to be successful you can't just have the skill and the boxing ability.
Certainly not in the pro game as well.
You've got to be strong and fit as well,
don't you?
Got to be strong and fit. So Aye, like I say, that's why I'm probably built a bit bigger now, because when I was on GB, I was always starved. I was because I was at 60 kilo. Peter McGrail was at 56. Luke McCormack was at 64. Pat McCormack was at 69. And because I had European medals to my name at 60 kilo, I had ranking points. So ranking points basically determine whether you get a seed or not when you go to the Olympics. So because I had ranking points at 60 kilo, I had to stay at that weight. So I was malnourishing myself to hold that weight.
And in the amateurs, you don't get the luxury of a day before weighing, do you?
Exactly.
So, you know, as a pro, you'll often see professionals who are champions at a certain weight. As a pro, when they win the first titles, it's lighter than they were as an amateur, because you've got that luxury. It's a game changer, isn't it?
Aye, exactly, aye. And with them tournaments, them international tournaments, you can box 3, 4, 5 times, so you have to weigh in every day. So it's like weigh in, box, get out the ring, skip off your weight, make the weight again the next day. So there was tournaments that I boxed in the Stranja in Bulgaria, where I won the gold, so I had to box 5 times in 5 days out there. I had to make the weight every day, and I was tight at the weight, so I was having to get kilos off every day, boxing Indian, Armenian, Georgian, Ukraine, and the Russian in the final. So,
but brilliant time for you, because we had the World Boxing Series then, and I believe you boxed quite a few times in those, and they were 5 3-minute rounds. So as a transition into the pro game, perfect for you, wasn't it?
Aye. So I had 5 fights in the WSB, won 4. So, like you say, it was a good sort of taste out of the pro game a bit. Just meant that when you did turn pro, you didn't have to start on 4 rounders, because you'd already boxed 5 rounders at a high level as well. Like I was saying to you before off camera, in my first WSB, I boxed a world champion, Michael Magnesi. So it was like quite a high level that we're boxing at in the WSB. So it meant we're going to go straight into 6 rounders as pros.
So how old were you when you turned over then?
I was 26 when I turned over. So since I turned over, I haven't had the best of luck with injuries. I had 2 shoulder surgeries since I've turned pro, which have put us out for a while. So
as you said before, you started with a 6, then you went, was it straight after that into weights?
Aye, so I had 2 6-rounders, and then my third fight was an 8-rounder.
Yeah, I remember, I think it would have been your first 8-rounder was a little black lad called Gadamar Taylor.
Aye, in Cardiff it was.
Just before he fought you, he'd fought on, we had a lad on, I can't remember what show it was, it might have been a Channel 5 show or something like that, a kid called Marcus Malloy, and he just got a win over him. And he was a strong kid. He put Marcus over in the first, even though Marcus actually recovered really well, it's hard to come back from a knockdown in the first round. And he just lost out on points, but he did finish the fight well, and then sadly never fought again. But we've now got to talk about the loss. I just watched it back this morning. Well, I watched the highlights, and cruising first 4 rounds. I think you picked up a little cut in the 4th round, and it just started ebbing away from you. And I don't want to take anything away from Jeff O'Frey. Because he was a good kid, and he was a busy kid, a very awkward kid as well, you know what I mean? But even though it was a step up for you, because it was a guy with a first good winning record, and a really good winning record as well, it was a massive upset. It was a massive upset because of what we've just been talking about, what you won as an amateur, you know, this was going to be a stepping stone. So what happened?
To be honest, I didn't really like talking about it too much, because I didn't really like making excuses. Obviously, that was his night. It wasn't my night, but like not many people know about this. Lads in the gym and obviously my close friends and family, but I'd done that full training camp with a fractured shoulder.
Because you just come back from operation on the other shoulder, hadn't you?
Aye. So I just had 3 months out with my left shoulder, and then I came back into camp with that one and fractured my right shoulder. So I'd done that training camp with a fractured right shoulder and
your
my
middle
left
name
shoulder.
Lucky.
Aye. So I didn't have any sparring or now leading up. To be honest, I shouldn't have really been in the ring that night. I should have pulled out, but me pride in that was too much, and I was skint. I just had 3 months out of the ring. I just paid for 1 surgery on my left shoulder, which was $8,000, and then had 3 months out of the ring. So I needed to fight. I needed to get some money.
So then, why the 2-year break from that fight to this fight we're talking about now?
So after that fight, I took the rematch with him, not knowing that I had a fractured shoulder still. So I'd done the full training camp, fought him, and it was still killing. Took the rematch, I said, yeah, get it on. And it was still hurting us in the training camp for that rematch. So I got a scan on it and they said it's fractured, it needs surgery straight away. So booked in for the surgery in the April last year, and then got the surgery in April. And then that put us out obviously for a few months, and then went straight down to GB to do sort of me rehab and get myself back fit and strong and come down to
So how long have you been with Anthony now?
Like I say, come in July, so July, August, about 2 or 3 months I've been with Anth.
And how you feel? Because I hear good things about you all the time. And I remember we used to have James Moorcroft down here. He always spoke really highly of you because you were a big help to him actually, because I think his last 4 opponents were all southpaws, and you helped him out a lot, didn't you?
When I first came down, literally my first day in the gym, I come down and he was fighting a southpaw a couple of weeks after. So Anth was like, "Will you do a bit with him?" I said, "Aye, straight, definitely, I'll jump in with him." So helped him out with that sparring for that fight. But I can only thank Anth massively for giving us a chance, because like I say, he put his hand out to help us when I didn't have anyone. Obviously, I needed a pro coach, someone who was gonna put a lot of time into us and give us a chance.
And how do you feel now? You know, like, because you know we say they are two different sports, the amateurs and the pros, and you can be very successful as an amateur, but it doesn't always translate into the pro side. But I don't believe that's the case. Like you say, you were saying, I know you don't like making excuses, but sometimes it's not excuses, it's reasons, isn't it? How do you feel now? Is everything good? No injuries?
Aye. Fit, strong, healthy again, touch wood.
Yeah.
So I think that's where I went wrong at the start of my pro career. I thought, it's just a fight. Doesn't matter. Like, I stayed with my amateur coach, Graham Rutherford, and I didn't realise how different it was as chalk and cheese from the amateur game.
It is, isn't it?
So I think like you do need a professional coach with that experience to sort of guide you and teach you the new sport. It's like sprinting and marathon running. It's like they're both running, but they're different sports, and you need different sort of things for each
well,
thing.
What's the biggest change that you've had to implement in your training methods from when you were a top amateur to being who you are now?
I think just slowing the pace down and then turning more into your shots, and like obviously just a bit less point scoring and a bit more hitting to hurt. Anth's been working on a lot of stuff, which I'm looking forward to showing on the 25th of October.
And we've got a good report, a kid I like a lot. He's local to this area. Dan Booth, Dangerous Dan Booth, the Monk, mad as a hatter, but he caused a few upsets on our shows. I think it might have been his last win, but he beat a kid called Andrew Fleming. He was a good amateur himself. I think he was 7-0 as a pro, and he's got a wicked overhand right, and he just throws. It's a bit wild and a bit crazy and reckless with it. But when it lands, it does damage. So it should be a good test for you, mate.
Aye, I'll be looking to get out the way of that then.
Yeah. You don't want to take too many of them ones. But who have you been preparing with in this? Or has it all been in-house?
So far, aye. So I've obviously done a bit with James when I first come down. Been doing a bit with Bobby Faulkner. Good fighter. I've been in the ring with a lot of good fighters, like world-class fighters over the years, and Bobby's skill level is up there with all the best of them. So, done a few rounds with Bobby, done a bit with Will and Owen Lavin and Zahir as well. So
he's the Irish kid, because I've seen him. Didn't he make his debut not long ago, back over in Ireland?
I think he's had about 4 or 5 now.
Right. When I first seen him, he was getting ready for making his debut. He's a nice kid.
So I just been doing a bit with them yesterday. I was doing a bit with Will and Zahir and Owen. So had some good sparring leading up to it. So
the 2 Welsh brothers down there. The
Crofts. They're
good big, them, aren't they?
Aye, big.
How do they make that weight?
Big lads. They've just got them freakish bodies where they probably just didn't put on any weight ever. But the big lads will probably end up gone up through the weights.
Yeah.
Because they're starting to fill out now. We've got the same strength and conditioning coach down here.
Who's that?
James Langford.
Right.
So we'll work with him as well as Ant.
Is that something, you were talking about, did you do much of that on GB then, strength and conditioning?
Aye, so we do strength and conditioning twice a week down GB, and then obviously when I left GB, I had a strength and conditioning coach up in the northeast. When I went back to GB, I just said, listen, I'm looking to go to Ant Crolla in Manchester. Do you know any strength and conditioning coaches in and around Manchester that I can work with? And James Langford was recommended to us from the GB coaches, so
right.
Shout out James Langford.
And does he speak with Anthony, and do you work out a system? Because sometimes they can, you can do a massive strength and conditioning and you've got sparring the next day and your legs are knackered, and
Aye.
so I suppose you have to communicate with one another.
He keeps in touch with Ant, obviously, because he had worked with the Crofts before me. He speaks to Ant and they think of a plan for us.
Yeah. So nice to return home as well.
Aye, wait, not home, Sunderland, Markham Land.
Well, you Gateshead?
I'm Gateshead, aye, so I'm black and white, me, but it's nice to be up in the northeast.
It's a great venue though, that Rating Arena.
Aye, boxed there a couple of times in the amateurs. Haven't boxed there in the pros yet, so it'll be nice to box there in the pros.
Did you ever do any of the championships there?
Aye, I boxed in the quarterfinals of the boys' clubs against a lad called Connor Connor.
Connor, yeah.
Aye. And then boxed.
Tommy Coyle, didn't he?
So I boxed him there. Boxed in a couple of northeast finals as well there. So be nice to return. And
it's a lovely venue. Like I say, we just mentioned before, some of the card on there. We've only actually got two of our own fighters on there. We've got Bo Smith and Trev Waters. But like I say, Cyrus Patterson, yourself on there, April Hunter. These are. Well, I presume you were on the GB with both of them too.
Who's that? Cyrus?
Cyrus and April. Wasn't April on GB?
No, I don't think April was, but I know April from back home.
Right.
I think it was Gemma
was going to be. She's not on it. She's picked up a little ear infection, so we're going to put her on the Bolton show a month later.
Right.
Hopefully it'll be cleared up by then. But she's doing well. She's 2-0 now. Picked up her first stoppage last time out when Brad Ray won the European, which was great for us.
She's got a good one coming up. Brad Ray against Linden as well.
Who wins?
I know them both, so I'm going to sit on the fence.
You would have been in the World Boxing Series with Linden because he.
I was on. So when I first got on the squad, I was on with Linden for a bit. In
fact, when you won your second national title in 2016, didn't he lose out to Thomas Hart Whittaker in the final?
In the final, aye, Thomas Hart, aye.
Yeah.
Aye. I was good friends with Tom when we were on the squad as well. That was because it was like
huge, him,
Aye, he was a good fighter. He got he medalled at a few good tournaments. Like just seems to have went off the scene a little bit now.
Yeah. I think he's retired now. But I remember we had Mickey Ellison fight him, and Mickey surprised a lot of us because he boxed really well. Mickey's not known for that. He can fight, but I was really surprised that he actually. He boxed brilliant against Tom Hart. But I think he had a lot of illnesses and injuries. He had a stomach problem anyway. He had to have a major operation, which I think sidelined him for a while. But I say sometimes life just gets in the way of boxing, doesn't it?
That's it, aye.
So hopefully you can put all those problems behind, get back to winning ways.
Definitely.
And what your dream? Because you're 30, are you now, or are you 29?
I just turned 30, aye.
So what are your aspirations then?
I want to be world champion. I wouldn't be in the sport if I didn't want to be the best in the world at it. I want to fulfil my potential. Now, I mean, I've been in the game for 20 years, so I want to get something out of it if I can. Put a lot of hard work into it, dedicated my life to it, so to get something out of it, a belt, bit of that. And
that'd be nice, wouldn't it?
So, just a couple of belts.
And you feel if you get this one, and you're successful in it, and you move to 5-1, you would jump straight back into an 8-round, and early next year be looking for getting back into the mix for a little title.
Definitely, I'm game for that. Like I say, leave it at Anth. Ant's the man with the plan. So whatever he feels I'm ready for, and whatever he feels direction I need to go in, I'll just leave it to him. Obviously, he's an expert in the game. He's been there, done it, wore the t-shirt, so leave it down to him. And I believe
you just concentrate on the fighting, don't you?
Exactly, aye.
And we're going to put the your sponsors' logos in. They're going in this bottom right-hand corner as you're looking at the screen.
Aye.
They say thank you, so you send them over to me. We'll stick them in there. But if you want to give them a shout out now,
I shout out to all my sponsors, keeping me dream alive, allowing us to live down here in Manchester, and keep training full time. Obviously, I wouldn't be able to put all my eggs in one basket if it wasn't for you. So, respect.
Callum, I'll see you on the 25th, mate.
Nice one.
Take care.
You
Bye.
too.
Is that right?
For all boxing info, news and latest interviews, amateur and pro, across the north, click and subscribe. VIP Boxing Promotions. Also, Twitter, Instagram and Facebook.